The NFL is now as stupid as the rest of America. The NFL's new anthem policy was the moment when the world of sports at last succumbed entirely to the stupidity of everything else happening right now. The moment we stopped pretending there could ever be any sort of temporary recreational escape hatch from the daily shit show that is real life. It has always been impossible to separate sports from politics, but it's never been difficult to see why people try to. After all, the last thing I want to think about during a baseball game is Donald Trump. But if the last 3 years have taught us anything, it's that Trump has the ability to make every single aspect of American life explicitly about him, an act of force and will that honestly might be the only impressive thing about him. So of course, he has now officially sanctioned NFL policy. And NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell's dim, gaping face is the reason why. This has long been the Goodell doctrine. Say nothing, stand for nothing, do nothing until bad news passes. Roger Goodell has 32 bosses, the NFL owners, and his only job is to make them happy by keeping the money train rolling. Goodell thus handles the commissioner job like a crisis management publicist rather than a CEO. He's perpetually laying low until the storm passes. He may think, or want to think, he and the league occupy the apolitical middle of American life. With its stand-pat reflexive reverence for tradition of all kinds, Goodell imagines his NFL much more the picture of the silent majority. But whether the issue is concussions, domestic violence, gambling, or now, inevitably, politics, Goodell is forever a reactionary agent rather than a causational one. He just stands there in the middle of the road, hoping the car doesn't hit him. If this particular brand of, if we just hang on through this madness, we'll all still get what we want and get paid in the end, sounds familiar to you, it should be no surprise that Goodell and the NFL have been flattened by Trump, just like Trump's Republican appeasers in Congress have been. Goodell has treated the monster Colin Kaepernick unleashed and Trump weaponized as something that'll go away if he pretends it isn't there. And this strategy has failed every single time he has deployed it. The NFL hoped Kaepernick would blow over, and when he not only didn't, but in fact came healthy campaign trail fodder for Trump both before and after the election, the league dithered long enough to make liberals and conservatives blast the league for its inaction for entirely opposite reasons. The NFL's new anthem policy was an attempt to get Trump to leave the league alone. It worked for about 2 hours. Players are more dug in, owners are now tied to this vague policy, and Trump will of course blow it up because Trump blows things up. And then the NFL will be worse off than it was before. It will be more tied to politics than ever. And everyone, regardless of their politics, will be on the opposite side of the league because Goodell, as always, has no side. But this is who Roger Goodell is, an empty suit, still staring off into the distance. Trump hates the league, people who hate Trump hate the league, and neither players nor owners are happy. And this will of course all keep going. The perpetual American cycle of Facebook and Roseanne and believing the absolute worst of those who disagree with anybody on anything. This ongoing culture war logic, omnivorous and all-consuming. Once the chain reaction starts, everyone is of course incentivized in the most perverse ways to continue it. The NFL not only guaranteed that this will keep happening, they created an entirely unnecessary and absolutely un-American policy as some sort of olive branch for a man who sees every branch as a weapon and every argument as a war. For his part, Roger Goodell just keeps stepping on every rake in the yard. Of course, this is America now. The NFL is America's new pastime, after all, so why shouldn't it be as stupid as everything else is today?